everybody. Welcome back to the Nicole Adrian Show, where we discuss real, relatable, and juicy topics that you can learn from and apply in your everyday life or relate to. Thanks for tuning in.
Yo, what's happening, Nicole? How you doing today?
Hey, good. And you, my dear, how
I
are
can't
you doing?
complain. You know me as usual, just here doing me.
And
You know what
Taylor,
I mean? That's it. Let me
y'all.
give myself a cut round of applause. You know what I'm saying? I'm always giving a round of applause out. I'm gonna give myself one. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Pat on the back for all
So
your hard work and accomplishments, sir.
that's it. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting here chilling and having a good night and day, whatever it is, wherever you're at in the universe or the world. We're happy to have you here with us.
Yes, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. We greatly
Yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah. This version of the Nicole Adrian show is called Off the Dome because today we decided to just come off the dome. You know what I mean? With things
Do a
that,
little freestyle.
yeah, you know
Freestyle
what
it.
I'm saying? You know, and talk about some things that, it's always, to me, life is about relationships. So things always
hmm
kind of center around that to me. But, you know, we're going to try to keep it interesting for you. You know what I mean? And
That's right.
Nicole,
Change the perspective and, just, dive into some different, universes tonight.
that's it. That's it. It's very simple to understand and follow along. So have a seat. Get yourself, you know what? Go get you anything you want out the refrigerator. Go ahead, reach in there and get it. Okay, don't worry
Right.
about
Go
it.
get you some coffee or some water or some tea.
Take whatever you
Okay.
want.
I'm not drinking no more, y'all. So I'm not going to condone alcohol. But hey, if just keep it classy, keep it modest. It's late. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I don't know what time y'all gonna hear this, but for now, it's late. It's real late. We on our vampire diaries right now.
It's late and early at the same
So
time. So you know what I mean.
yeah.
So
But hey, whatever you want to do, you do it and enjoy. Enjoy the show.
exactly. So let me ask you: do you think? I mean, you okay? So you know how AI is going these days, right? Everything is like kind of like they're really trying to bring things to a level where machinery can do things that typically used to be done
Humans
by humans.
replace the
Yeah,
humans. Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the role of artificial intelligence is now moving into the area of love. Um,
Ooh, yes. Let's talk about it.
do you think?
Hello, my name is Andre. I'm a robot.
Do you think that? Let's just explore how AI and dating apps are changing the way we experience love. Not only do they have dating apps, they also have life size robots that
Mhm.
people can.
Sex bots, sex
Yeah,
bots. Yes.
my lady was telling me about a movie she watched where there was a robot. The lady brought a robot for her dude, and the robot ended up trying to kill his wife or something. I forgot what it was, but
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I think it was the one with was it the one with Megan Fox?
it
And she played the
yeah, that was Megan
such
Fox.
a
Yeah,
beautiful, she was, oh my God,
yeah.
just beautiful. She's so pretty. But I saw that movie. What was it called? I can't think of the name of the title of the movie, but I saw that and that was a good ass movie, y'all. Okay. If y'all haven't seen it, check it out. Just type in robot. I don't know, Google it. Megan Fox plays robot in movie and it will pop up. I don't know the title, but let me tell you, that movie was hella good.
Yeah, that movie is
And
called Subservience.
oh, Subservience. There we
Yeah.
go. Thank you, y'all. Go watch Subservience, and we can talk about that too. I do have a couple things to say, but this is an interesting topic. Um, so yeah, but where do you want to start? Like, I'm gonna let you go and lead this discussion, or let's do it because I got some
Um.
things to say.
Yeah, I did watch that movie, but there was a different one I seen. where
Okay.
there was a black couple, and it was the guy who plays Luke Cage as well. So I've seen both of those.
Okay.
The Subservience movie was good.
Okay.
The other one was. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna try to. Um, let me see if I can ask my lovely assistant who's buzzing around back there.
Okay.
Hey, Ann. She ain't gonna answer. So, give me 1 second. I'm trying to see what this guy's name is. Then I can tell you the name of the movie because. So in this movie, Mike Coulter, this is a black man. He's the actor who plays Luke Cage, the superhero. He
Okay.
his wife ordered him a sex robot,
Hmm.
and she wanted him to engage in sexual activity with this robot.
Robot. Hmm.
And he got to the
Okay.
point to where the robot was uh, fulfilling him a lot more
Hmm.
than than his wife
The
can get.
wife.
Yeah, and
Well,
it
you
became
open
a
up
real
that can of
issue.
worms.
Yeah, it became
Yeah.
a real
Well, you
issue.
open that can up. So, you
So
know, hey.
I think I seen it on Netflix, and the show, it's a show actually. It's called
Hmm. Like a
Accused.
series.
Yeah, Accused season 2, episode 8. Um
Okay.
and
Accused. Huh. I gotta check that
Yeah,
out.
every episode on Accused is different. It's so intriguing because every single episode has something different going on. This one is the one with
Hmm.
the robot. Now let's get back to the movie you were talking about earlier. That was a
Hmm.
very, very good movie.
Subservience.
Subservience, very good movie.
Yes.
I liked it.
Yeah, I seen that about, I want to say I seen the movie about maybe 5 or 6 months ago. And yeah, what I got from it was like that, she was super Megan Fox, she played the robot. She was super, super intelligent, and she was so lifelike. Of course, we know in real life she's a real person, but in the movie she looked, like in a robot form, she was so like intelligent. And she started making sexual passes at the husband. And for me, it was so taboo because I was like, oh my God, like, because you think about it, like, is that still cheating? You get it? So for me, I'm like, wait a minute, it's a robot. So how would a woman, what I'm saying, accept that? Do that make sense? Like it almost it's like it made me think about it because I'm like, dang, how would we view that if it's not a real woman? You get it? But it's a robot, and he's sleeping with this robot. And then the husband, he was like, he really wasn't trying to do that. Then he kind of just gave in, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, he submitted to.
um,
He was under a lot
he
of pressure.
submitted to it. Yeah. And so originally the robot was just supposed to come in and help. And then at the end, she just got really crazy and,
Hmm.
wanted to take over and, um, try to kill the baby and drown
Exactly.
the baby. And it was crazy. And, I mean, the wife stuck by him, all that, but it's like, they had a lot of money and, he was able to afford, cause that robot, that robot, robots cost a lot of money. So
Well,
you gotta be,
she also cost him his job, and
yeah,
his
yeah.
wife was hospitalized for some time period. That's how I
Yeah,
think the robot
yeah,
came
she got
about.
yeah,
Yeah,
because to kind of come in and help with the household and helping with the children and stuff like that, and it just blew my mind because it's like I also thought because we think about like this, that temptation for a man, even as a robot, right? It's still it looks like a woman. You get what I'm saying?
yes.
So it's like a man could fall into that type of temptation because it's a man's weakness. Like, a woman is a man's weakness, and so it just made me kind of think about all those type of things. Like, man, like even a robot in the
Well, let's
as a
flip.
woman is beautiful,
Let's flip the
and
script.
he still kind of fell into that temptation. But is that cheating? So that was crazy because I was like, dang, how would you navigate that? Is that still a form of cheating because it's a freaking robot? So that's what the thoughts that
I
kind of came
mean,
to my mind when I saw the movie.
you're asking from a woman's point of view, but why don't you just? I mean, from a man's point of view, one woman's point of view, but why don't you reverse it? I mean, what do you think it is? If there was a ideal robot came marching in and telling you that they're here to serve you and you're whatever you need to be done, they'll do it for you. Um, is it cheating or is it just a robot doing your service?
Yeah, technically it's a robot doing a service for you. So I mean, it's just I don't really know how to answer that question because it's something so new, right? I don't know. I mean, if my guy had a sex bot, I mean, hey, I mean, what can I say? If that's what I can't stop that if that's what he wants. You get it? You can't stop nobody from doing what they want to do. So I think that's what it comes down to. People do what they gonna do, regardless
Well,
if it's a robot, a human, or whatever the hell they want to do. You can't control people. This shit happens, you know.
and until he starts closing the door and telling you good night, and he goes and sleeps in the other room with the robot.
All right, well, bye, goodbye. That's fine. I'll go find me a real man and go get me another man if
Oh
that's the
yeah.
case. Like,
So
because
that
I have needs too. So I don't. I mean, if it gets to that point, then maybe we got to sit down and reevaluate what's going on if it's a little unhealthy because I still have real needs as well. So if you're neglecting my needs, then that's going to cause problems in a relationship dynamic. So, you know what I mean? I think that it just depends. Like everybody, is different. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really see a problem because it's like, what's the difference? It's like, okay, if a man's watching porn or it's all, you know, sexual stuff. So how do we navigate through what's disrespectful, what's not? It's just people gonna do what they want to do, you know?
well, intimacy
Um,
is supposed to be shared with a couple, and if someone's going out sharing their intimacy with somebody else or something else, they're essentially
yeah,
cheating.
true.
They're cheating, but there is acceptable levels for each. It's each its own. So what you find
Mm,
acceptable, I don't think largely uh, people, men or women, will be that happy with robots servicing their husband or wife. Um,
mm-hmm,
I don't think that's gonna fly because eventually you'll be competing with a robot. Because robots do as they say, as you say, unless they try to take over the world like that last robot. Um,
mm-hmm,
they make life seem much easier. You know what I mean? It's like,
mm-hmm.
okay, robot, go clean the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Hmm. And
Robot,
it's like they just trained to do what
absolutely.
obey whatever commands. Like it's like a genie in a bottle, whatever it is, like do it. And they're programmed to do that thing, specific task, they're gonna do it. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love robots. So in general, I love that's when I was a little girl. Like I wasn't like not to say I was more I probably was. I liked it like Barbie and dolls and stuff like that. But I don't know, I used to break their arms and stuff off weird and burn their hair off. I don't know, y'all. I was
Oh, that's crazy.
destructive with my dolls. Yeah, I used to do crazy stuff, but I love like I don't know. I love stuff that was like my favorite thing or superhero was Superman, right? And that's like usually girls don't like Superman like that. Like you know what I mean? Like that's your I love Superman. So fire trucks, I'm obsessed with like fire trucks, like toy fire trucks, real fire trucks. I love firefighters, y'all. So to this day I'm obsessed with firefighters. Like, oh, I love me a firefighter. Oh, like I am obsessed. And I love robots. So, we came up in that era where robots were really cool, the 80s and the 90s, right? That was kind of like a time where, what I'm saying, we had Transformers and, we had the toy robots that you can buy. And I mean, I had a couple of toy robots coming up. We were dirt poor, but my mom, I had cool toys and dolls and baby strollers and tea sets and stuff like that, right? I had all kind of little toys and stuff. But I've always been so fascinated with like technology and robots, right? And computers. Because, when I was younger, it was the Apple. That's where Apple kind of was like kind of introduced. And that's all we knew was the Apple computer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And so I've always been so fascinated with technology and just I love robots. I mean obsessed. So I don't know. I just love robots. I don't really care. Like I accept them all, just long as it's in a healthy way where nobody's getting hurt. You know what I mean? So
Exactly, exactly.
um,
In fact, we
but I
got
will say this, but I've seen robots where for Amazon, they have like robots that, they're like in the warehouses now and they're like,
yeah, they're doing
doing little
everything.
tasks and stuff. And it's really cool. But the only thing is I know that the only thing that compromises this is that a lot of people will be without work. So that's something that I think we should consider. It's important that we maybe advance our education, go into a field that you can learn, how to getting more in depth with the technology so that even if a lot of jobs are replaced, you will be a step ahead of the game, right? And you can say, hey,
Absolutely.
I can actually go into this field and because that's what's going to be taking over in the future. I was having a discussion with my daughter yesterday morning while I was taking her to school, and because she's interested, which I'm great. I'm glad because she's starting to kind of, 'cause she's 15. She doesn't really know. Most of us don't know. Even at our big age, we still kind of navigating through life in the world, and we change our dreams and goals, and sometimes we just think we want to do this, and then we change our minds or whatever. That's just how it is, right? As humans, we change. We always change, evolving. But I'm glad that she at least kind of figured out two things that she's interested in. So she's interested in criminology and forensic science, right? Which are both really great career fields to go into, right? And we were just talking about how important I talk to her all the time of how important the future is. It's going to be a lot harder for our children coming up than it is for us. Imagine, right? Because for us, it's really hard. And we had a really deep discussion, and my daughter's really smart. She's always been really advanced, even when she was little, like super smart girl. And she's just very mature and stuff for her age. And we was having that discussion, and I was telling her, about the AI, like, baby, you might want to consider, really learning more about that as well. Because that's what the future is going to take over. As much as we don't want to see it, or we might be blind to that, it is prevalent to evolution, you know what I mean? And it's not going nowhere. It's just going to get more advanced. Technology
Absolutely.
is already very
Absolutely.
advanced. So we need to get ahead of that because what's going to happen is if we're behind, that's going to do a great disservice to a lot of people. And a lot of people are going to be without jobs. So,
Yeah, it's coming. I mean, you
you
can
know,
like walk into
yeah,
McDonald's and they'll be like, "Oh, go over to the
yeah,
kiosk and order." They got two people back
yeah,
there cooking, and
yeah.
that's it. When
Right,
McDonald's
right. And
used
then
to
we see
have,
that, we see that a lot of times in a lot of the restaurants where it's now they want you to order things yourself. And
hmm
it's not many people, like you said, that's cashiering at this point. Maybe they have a
hmm
couple people, and we're just starting to see it dwindle down. So yeah, yeah. So
so we talk about robots
it's,
stealing your man, and now we talk about robots stealing your job, and that thing.
I think what scares me. If I've seen the ones that's like, I don't know what you would call them. They're like, I don't know if they're like cop robots or army robots or something, but like they're like, I've seen them where they're on the streets in some spots, and it's like the scary part about that is when you put like guns and weapons behind these robots. That's the part that scares me, right? Because I don't care how good one thinks that they program these things. It can always be a glitch. It can be a malfunction. It could be something that, right, because it's man-made, right? We understand, right? So that's the part that scares me as far as like when we put technology with weapons or weapons of mass destruction or, things that can harm humans. So that's the part that's really scary to me. And I'm going to be honest, y'all, it's another thing that frightens me. That Waymo, okay, I know a lot of people in San Francisco, you guys, which, I'm in the city, I'm a native to the city, born and raised, I'm still here. And that Waymo car is everywhere, y'all. Like literally where I work, where I live in the projects, and it's they all over the place. And the frightening part about that is that a lot of times there's nobody in those cars, right? And to me, that's just putting too much trust into. I mean, this is a car that's moving that can hit people, that can hit another car, and I just feel like sometimes as humans we rely too much on technology, and that can be very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because what if something happens and you know what I'm trying to say? And you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the scary. Yeah, that's the scary part. I don't. When I
Sorry.
get around those Waymo cars, if it's just a fear that comes over me. I think that's one of my new fears because it terrifies me. Like I just want to get away from them. I got to get away. I'll stay behind them. You know what I mean? Like I've been the last couple of days coming to work and coming from work. I literally been behind a couple of those cars, and it's just frightening when there's nobody in the cars. Like they're driving themselves. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that. It's just too. It's too risky, you know. And I would never get in those cars. It had to be a dire emergency. Like if I need a ride and I couldn't get an Uber or a Lyft, or I can't drive myself, or somebody else can drive me, it would have to be a life or death situation where I had no other choice. I would have to get in that car. You get what I'm saying? Like it would be like, oh my God, like I have no other option, because I would never get into a car where nobody's driving the car. Absolutely not. I would not do that. So
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm taking over for Anthony Taylor. I am a robot. And
Oh, you
now
sound
I
cool.
do.
What's your name, robot guy?
My name is Robot Guy. Go ahead, ask me a question. I'll answer it honestly.
Okay, robot guy.
I'm
So,
going to kill all of you. I'm going to destroy. I'm going to jump inside of the Waymo and reprogram it and run over your toes. I'm sorry. Please ask me a question.
good night. Um, why are you so aggressive, robot guys? I
I'm
don't
not
want to be
aggressive.
ran over.
Okay, I
I
won't
don't
run
want
you
to be
over.
ran over.
I'm just joking. I won't run over. Ha ha ha. Do you believe me?
No, I don't. Not at this
Eh,
point. I don't believe you.
my girlfriend is a Tesla. She's a hot,
Oh,
bad little bitch, and I love her.
oh, okay. Well, are you gonna marry your Tesla girlfriend?
I'm gonna connect my charging station to her later on tonight, actually, and give her a jump like she hasn't had in 20 years.
Okay.
So yeah, so I
Well,
share
enjoy.
I share your thoughts on Waymo because they be aggressive too. They be like bending them corners. They hit a corner harder than I can. But they say the thing about technology is that it's less likely to have a basically humans are more prone to make a mistake than this new technology, which I, by the way, don't trust. But they say
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
a human is more
Yeah,
likely.
I don't believe that. I
But
think we're
yeah,
both likely to cause destruction. Okay, humans and technology. So I don't, you know what I mean? Because how many fatalities or accidents we've had as humans behind the wheel, right? That is a very high number, and it's all the time, right? Where people get into bad accidents, right, actually die. So
yeah,
um and you can be the best driver and somebody else, and that's the thing about driving, you can be the best driver and do everything right, somebody else can be drunk behind the wheel or not paying attention, or they lost control of the vehicle, or the vehicle had a malfunction, right? So you just never know, the vehicle can catch fire. Like we've heard about these cyber trucks and these Teslas, right? And these are supposed to be like top of the line, you know, new technology type of vehicles, but they I've heard a lot of stories where they catch fire and you can't even put the fires out. That's not good. Like, you know what I mean? Why make a vehicle that you can't, if the fire starts, how you can't put it out? That's crazy to me. It's almost like it's a death trap. Like, hello, like why would you make something that is that hard to put a fire? It's already hard to put a fire out. So why would you make something that's that difficult? You know what I mean? When you're dealing with human beings. So once again, I think that it should be more thought put into these types of things, because it's causing people to lose their lives and get hurt real bad, you know?
exactly. I agree, and it's I just don't understand how come the public isn't allowed to vote if they want to have electric cars going through the cities that they live in and pay taxes in. I
Hmm.
mean that was
Because it's
always
all
like
power and money. We
yeah
know how that goes. Who when you have the power and you have the money, it's like you have that type of power to where you can make certain things happen because you have that power and that money. So it really comes down to that's how the shots are called, right? We already know that the government and they're it's a lot of corruption and crookedness going on, but nobody really cares because they have all the power, so they're able to mandate certain things and laws
yeah
and
it's
accept.
crazy it's
And a lot of
crazy
things where we have to accept this, like we don't have a choice, right? Because we're powerless. A lot of us are powerless. We don't have that type of power or money, so therefore, it's like sit back and shut up. You get what I'm saying? So like
Exactly.
it is sad, but it's true. It's always been that way, right? It's been like that since it's been, and it's unfortunately just how it is.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking about a career that might work for a lot of people is maybe consider becoming a
Mhm.
plumber because with a plumber, not even the robot want to deal with that shit all day.
I actually have a friend who's a great friend of mine. And he's been a plumber for oh god a long time. Yeah, like a long time. I think he's been doing that for over god 20. It's been a long time. And you know, plumbers they make real good money.
Yeah, yeah,
There's slow
definitely.
moments, but they make. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They make really good money. That's a great profession to go into. I mean, you know, if you want to do some dirty work, it is a very masculine job. I'm not saying women don't do it. I'm sure there probably are women who do it, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, and you know, it's going to always be needed, right? Because there's always going to be plumbing. So you got a house and toilets and sinks. So that's not a job that will ever really go away, right?
Yeah,
Unless we can figure out a different way to
I mean,
navigate maybe the plumbing system. But I don't think that yeah, that's a job that's, you know, it's always going to be in high demand, right? Just like food, right? We have to eat. That's something that we're as humans is always going to be there. So people who cook or prepare food, you know, are mechanics, right? As long as we're all driving cars, those are jobs that are always going to be available for people because you know it's like a it's necessary, right? It's just always going to be there, right? Like water, we have to have water to live and food. So just like in healthcare, right? We have to have doctors, we need surgeons, we need nurses. That's something as humans that's always going to be there, you know? So I think that we always should consider jobs that um essential, right? Like they said, like essential, like even through COVID, where a lot of like I still have my job because my job is considered essential, right? Where it's someone always has to be there, right? Like security, there are certain jobs in security where someone always has to be there. So those type of jobs, at least you know you'll have that type of little bit of stability, right? Because we don't really have a lot of stability with jobs because jobs can let you go for any reason whenever they want. It's not like it used to be, right? Where people can
exactly.
keep their jobs their whole life. But I would just say the best thing if you can start a business or you have a business that's you know that's I think that would be ideal for all of us and I get that you know sometimes we just got to keep trying till we get there. Some people have really successful businesses or had businesses, but I want to get to a point where I can get successful in a business venture and because that's where it's like you control your own. Now you at the point where you're your own boss and you don't have to worry about hey you know, somebody else is controlling my paycheck or how I'm going to make money because you're able to be in a position to make your own money and be on your own time. So I think that's
That's
kind of
true.
the way to
That's
freedom is
true.
for. You know what I mean?
And the job
And so
landscape is changing a lot because if you can see like
yeah,
and we're not getting political, but if you can see what's going on the current landscape, like federal workers are now um
hmm
that's kind of like, you know, them the kind of jobs you have for your life. You know what I mean? You said.
yeah, yeah,
And they're being
yeah.
fired by the droves. And it's tough. You know,
Yeah, I've been seeing that all over
yeah,
TikTok.
it's tough.
And it's
So
yeah, it is. It's like they I'm sure they was like, what the hell? Because they didn't see that coming. Like what? You know, that just kind of came out of nowhere, just like with this whole ISIS thing, and they're trying to send you know, people back to their countries and stuff. I'm like, that just kind of came out of nowhere. People are just you got to imagine how that's like a shock to a lot of people because it's like what you know what I mean, like. And I don't know, you guys. What's crazy is that it's two things. I'm not really a political person. I'm not saying I never voted because I used to vote every year. I just kind of gave up on that because I feel like I just don't have that faith in that anymore.
yeah.
And I'm not to say that it may come back, but like the last couple of years, I have not voted, and I definitely did not vote for Trump. And I really had a strong hold on, I had a very strong disliking for the man. And but you know what I'm saying. And what's crazy is that it's kind of hard to sway me. Like once I don't like you, it's like, you know, I really, it's a reason. Like, because I really like everything, everybody. Like if I don't like you, like you just. it's some nasty things about you. You get what I'm saying? And I think that with Trump, some of the things lately I really do agree with. I didn't say everything, okay? Some things though I do agree with. Like I'm like, I'm starting to like him in ways because even though I didn't really like him at first, I still respected his mindset as far as business. He's a businessman, and I cannot take that away from him, right? I may not agree, I may not support it, but I have to give credit where credit is due. The man is a very smart businessman in some ways, right? And he's a very powerful, successful man. So I have to give him his flowers for that. But it's a lot of things for the people I just don't agree with. Like, I feel like he was not for the people. But lately, he has, since he's been back in office, he has been, there's some things where I do agree with and I do support. Not everything he's doing, no, but I never thought that I would say that where I'm like, oh my God, or I never thought I would be sitting here really watching him on my phone and, paying attention to the, you know, um, paying attention to what he's been working on lately. And what is that they call that again? Where he's signing off all the, wow, it's the tip of my tongue.
The executive orders.
The okay, there we go. Executive orders. Like I didn't care about none of that stuff. I would never pay attention to that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I loved Obama. Like Obama was, love. That was to me. We got to see a part of history that we never had. First black president. So to be able to be a part of that in his lifetime, I'm so proud. And to me, Obama was just amazing. And he really did care about the people. And to me, Trump just doesn't, right? But like I said, lately I've been paying attention. I've really been getting more into the politics and I'm like, wow, I'm actually studying it and like learning and seeing, okay, he's doing this and he's doing that. I don't like this. I agree with this. So, and I never thought I would come to that point to where I would kind of like the man, and I kind of do
Yeah,
like some things that he stands for.
I
And
I agree. I mean, I don't like
yeah.
him. I don't morally like him. I don't like anything about him.
Hmm.
But if you have followed politics for a good time period, you'll see that um the things he says, the majority of the time are just common sense things. And
Yeah,
it's like
that's true.
um it's where he goes
Hmm.
wrong is his implementation. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that's where he goes wrong about it. And then you have the opposing side who want to keep things a certain way, and we don't all think the same way. Meaning that
That's right.
Democrat or
That's
Republican,
right.
we don't always think the same just because we are a certain color or a certain demographic or a race. We don't,
Hmm.
and this is why there has been a change in the president. Unfortunately, I do think Trump's gonna wreck a lot of lives before he makes anything better. There's gonna be a lot of wreck. I mean, you can just see already what he's doing to the most of the federal employees. Majority of them probably voted for him, and now they're out
Hmm.
of a job. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen
Damn.
Floyd Mayweather. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Trump before. We didn't appreciate him, but I think Trump is a great president. Actually, he's the best president in my eyes. He's the best president we ever had. A great businessman, and that's what it's about. Trump has done an amazing job, and a lot of people around America are upset. But no matter who goes in the White House, we're always upset.
Right, right.
And I think Trump is the man for the job. He's the best president in my eyes.
All right, so that's Floyd Mayweather speaking on Donald Trump. If you notice,
Hey, Floyd Mayweather. Oh, go ahead.
the
Let's give a shout out to
majority,
Floyd Mayweather, baby.
the majority of Trump support comes from people who have a ton of money, and
Hmm.
they
People of power, right? People
see
of power
things
in a
differently.
status.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
family is secured. Their family is immune to whatever Trump does because, like somebody like
Yeah.
him who has $100 million,
Yeah, you're not going to be affected by
You're not
that.
gonna be
You ain't got to
affected.
worry about
Yeah.
Medicaid or housing or Section 8 or HUD
Exactly.
or what us
Exactly.
poor folks and people impoverished have to deal with, right? Which is a lot of people. That's not the majority. Majority of people are in poverty. It's not, or we live in below the poverty line. So I'm not saying everybody, but most of us are just regular, average earning people, right? So we're not in the top the top of the elite are the wealthy people. That's a smaller percent opposed to the entire population of people who are not, right? And so yeah, that's like celebrity and stuff. They're rich. They have money. They don't have to worry about any of the stuff that we have to worry about. They don't have to worry about, well, damn, will I be homeless next year or next week? Or they don't have those type of fears. They have other things they got to deal with, right? But they don't have those type of fears because the money that they have allows freedom, right? They don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and
So
so this is why
it's a whole different world. We're two separate worlds,
yeah, this is why I cannot like him, even though I've heard a few things that he said that are just common sense. I can agree with common sense, but him as a
Yeah,
person and
yeah.
so he's cutting down on a lot of things. He's gonna like food stamps, and everybody's like, yeah, food stamps, because they think that it's getting the minorities, but 44.6 of adult recipients that receive food stamps are white. 27% are black. 21% are Hispanic. So what we have here, and let's not talk about the others because they're getting it too, but they don't make enough they don't equate enough percentage to to talk about, but they're still there, they're
Okay.
getting it. So if Trump would say, hey, listen, I'm going to examine everybody who gets it and we're going to see, do they really need it? I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. But if he does it for any other reasons, then I'm not with that. And the problem is those people think that, yeah, we're going to show these blacks and these Mexicans that they can't just not work and get food stamps all their life and things like that, when 44% of them are getting it themselves.
Well, let's talk about it. I really got something to say about this. And I'm gonna be honest, when these things have come out recently, it shows a lot of people true colors, right? I've seen it all over TikTok where people really come out and show you how they really feel about these things. And it's really sad. I mean, I'm not saying, everybody got a right to speak and freedom of speech and the right to their opinion, but it just exposes, what I'm saying? A lot of it is our people. I hate to say it, but I've seen a lot of African American men and women who just are going against it. And it's like, so I want to speak on this, okay? Now, it's a couple of things that there's a lot of misconceptions about, okay? Now, I stay in public housing, y'all, right? So when they say, oh, y'all, they're saying, oh, Trump is going to put a capsule in the next 2 years. He'll take away your Section 8 or he'll take away your public housing, okay? That's what is going around. They're saying that that's the truth or whatever, okay? And a lot of people are like, that's what y'all get, and y'all living off the government and yada, yada, yada. And it's so much anger. It's like hate towards it, where people, they feel like, okay, they can speak on it now, right, because of this. And it's like people, true colors are coming out, and they're talking down on people, and it's like, let's be clear, okay? A lot of people deep down, if they could get that type of help, they wouldn't be knocking it, okay? Majority of people, if you can get some help to help you pay your bills and your rent, you get what I'm saying, not bills, but you get what I'm saying, to pay your rent, most people would be okay with that. And I feel like a lot of times what it is, it's a lot of hate and stuff and accusations because you don't have that help. You get it? So people quick to say, oh, people just sitting in the government and on this housing and stuff, and they're not doing anything. Not understanding that I can speak on it, okay? When you're on Section 8 or housing, okay, you have to pay 30% of whatever you earn, okay? People just think, oh, you living for free, you not taking care of your kids. You can't put everybody in that box. A lot of us work hard. We're hardworking people. Okay, I'm one of them, right? You know what I'm saying? My rent goes by my income. My rent is not $20 a month. I don't even qualify for food stamps. I haven't gotten food stamps in a long, long time, years. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
I've been on welfare for 2 months out of the last 16 years. Like, I've worked. I'm a working woman, a working citizen. So I just think that it's the stereotype where people just feel like, oh, everybody that's on housing or Section 8 or food stamps is just lazy bums and we don't know how to handle money and we don't pay rent. It's like, no, until you are in that situation or you educate yourself and you really learn about how that goes down. Okay. Honestly, if you're not working a certain amount of hours or you're in school, they will be on your ass. They're not gonna just allow you to sit there and not pay no rent. You get it? You
Mm-hmm.
have to have some type of income, whether that be welfare, um, unemployment, you have a job, you have a business, you get what I'm saying? You're going to school, you're a full-time student, you're getting financial aid or something. And a lot of people that don't understand, they just think that, oh, you just getting a free handout, you don't have to do nothing. No, that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's where a lot of people need to understand. If you don't really know what you're talking about, please educate yourself before you just get online and start talking gibberish. Because, and then on top of that, you don't know everybody's situation, okay? What about people who, do you know how expensive it is? So a lot of people, like I said, like myself, I work my ass off, Maurice, you know that. I work my ass off. I am not a lazy person by far, y'all. But the cost of living is so high. Most of us can't even afford regular rent. You know how much rent is? $2,000-3,000. You might find a one bedroom for $1,500 out here in the city. You might,
I
and
paid that
that's
much
that's what
for an office space, a small office space. It was, you know what I mean?
you get
So
my point. And
yeah.
so people just so quick to say, oh, you know, everybody just are they buying all this crab and shrimp and Jordans and they living above their means and they don't. No, you can't say that about everybody. You don't everybody, you don't put everybody in a box. And that's the thing I really dislike is that when it's just everybody's in the same box. And a majority of people work their ass off. And another thing, a lot of people on Section 8, they're they pay a lot of money. They pay way more than 30% of their income just to because your vouchers worth so much depending on the bedroom size, right? Depending on the family size, the bedroom size. Let me give y'all an example. If the landlord's asking for way more money, if you're not willing, your voucher is only worth so much, you have to come out with that remaining balance. You get it? So say your voucher's worth $3,000, but that landlord wants $6,000 a month for that house. You have to come up with that extra $3,000. You get it? So people, like I said, I know about it because you know what I'm saying? I have, my mom was on Section 8. I have siblings, you know what I'm saying? I'm in public housing. So I know I can speak on it because I actually know. I know how that goes, right? So it's like educate yourself before, and then don't be so hateful because if you could get the help, a lot of people would get it. Okay, they're not gonna say that part. They're just upset because they don't have that kind of help. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that you may qualify or get that type of help, but don't knock other people or be so hateful and calling people out their name and demoralizing them because you don't know what about the senior citizens. It's a lot of situations. Everybody's situation not the same. So don't be so quick to judge because you never know if you might need help or you might fall against hard times. You know, don't look down on nobody else and talk down on people because that's God. God don't even do that. God loves us. So I think people need to really consider you know, educate yourself before you get on the internet talking crazy about stuff that you have no awareness of and you actually don't even you haven't been through or you don't live in that type of situation, you know, because you know what I'm saying, everybody's situation is different. That's all I'm gonna say.
Real talk, real talk. People shouldn't live in fear, but they should definitely make sure they protect themselves. The way to protect yourself is by passing the game on to your friends and family of how to build, save money. Don't throw all your money away. Don't be a consumer all your life. Build. All right. Y'all got to build together. You have to have your own. You got to get something that people can't take away from you. And as hard as it may sound, because a lot of people have to play from the backfield, it's possible. You just got to work that much harder. You know what I mean? You got to save that much harder. Like I tell you, I'll be very
Exactly.
happy when Trump is out of office, but who knows what comes after him? I may be happier
Mhm.
with him after
Yeah,
all,
we
you
don't
know?
we don't know. We don't even know. We don't know, right? You
Yeah.
don't know.
So, anyway, I hope Trump goes and finds him a robotic girlfriend and takes off and have a great time somewhere, and they have can live happily ever
You know,
after.
Trump is married to Vanya.
Melania.
Is it a Vanya?
No, Vanya was his first wife. So she passed away
Okay,
a
he
couple of years ago. So he has
Oh well,
millennia now.
Trump. I mean, he got him a young thing, and she's a pretty lady, and he got him somebody already. So I don't think he need a robot. I think he's
Well,
okay.
the problem is she gotta work on wanting him. It doesn't look like she wants him. But
Okay, but listen, who cares? This is the thing. I'm gonna be real. We can go back to it because, but how many times we talked about this? Who cares about how old you are or how you look, sir? You
we
are
didn't say
powerful.
that.
You are.
I didn't say any of
Listen,
that. I just
I
said
don't
she
know,
don't
but
want
I'm
him.
just saying. Yes, she don't have to want him. She don't want that lifestyle. She's content with how the money that man
Of
have.
course, of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? It comes down to status. The man has status. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. I don't know. I'm not saying she don't love the man. I don't know. I'm not her. I don't live. I'm not a fly on the wall in their house. I don't know. But
Well, if you
a
have
lot of
any,
women, that's what it is. Like you have status. So of course a woman's gonna be with you because you giving her a great life. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, but
who wouldn't want to be with
he's a
he's
narcissist.
well off.
But he's a
You know,
narcissist,
he's well
and
off.
it takes some time. But I think she's just playing the clock. You know what I mean? She said
Yeah.
she's looking at his age, and she's looking at her. She said, "I can outlive this
Hey,
mug."
hey,
You know what I
girl, do your
mean?
thing. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So,
I'm not
so
mad at you, okay?
big ups to Millennia.
She's in a yeah, she's in a great position, girl. You got a powerful man who is now the president and who is super wealthy. So no, she did good on her part. So I have nothing to say about that. Hats off to her, okay? Beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman, obviously much younger. The girl can dress her ass off. I love the way she dresses. She's classy. She's a beautiful woman. A smart woman. So yeah. I hope that I'm sure she probably love them. They love each other. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I would hope that there's love involved, but as far as lifestyle, she's set.
Oh, certainly, certainly, she's definitely set up.
I'm not mad. Like, girl, for any woman, do your big one, okay? That's what it's about. Hypergamy. The man, you go after the best man who can take care of you. So I would never feel bad about that. For any woman in any situation, do what you have to do, okay? Because that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Exactly, exactly. Um, I think that that's fine for them. You know what I mean? And I like
Yeah, whatever
for
floats your boat stream, baby.
those out there listening, we're not we're not being politically or anything. We're not taking sides. We're just talking viewpoints. I do
Yeah, it's our
have a side.
opinions.
I do have a
Yeah,
side, but
it's just
I don't
opinions.
push that. I respect other people's opinions, and Nicole
Yeah,
respects
we're
other people's
open
opinions, and
to
we're open. You know
yes,
what I
we're
mean?
open to everything. We're not biased. We're just simply speaking on how we feel about this. And
And
like I
yeah,
said, I'm not political at all. But I'm paying attention now. I'll put it like that. I
yeah,
really am paying attention because it's gonna it affects us. And I think that instead of turning a blind eye or just not paying attention like I used to, I'm a little bit more adamant on that now and educating myself and trying to and seeing what exactly is going on right now. And
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
so
So don't
it's always
so
good to gain knowledge. I don't care about what it is. You need to be educated about things, and so that
exactly.
when things hit the fan or not, you know something. You're not just in the dark and oblivious to what's going on around us. It's important that we keep up with life and what's going on, right? Because it affects us all. I don't care what part of the world you're in. It affects us all
So
somehow,
please,
right?
please, people, no emails. People who disagree, no emails to us telling us to get off the plantation or to wake up or whatever. We're very aware of where
Yeah,
we
no,
are,
no, no
just like you are.
disrespect,
Yeah,
please, no disrespect.
exactly.
Okay, because I'm gonna tell you right now, your ass will be blocked, and we don't play that. Okay, we do not tolerate that. Um, we don't do the hate stuff. All right, you have a right to say your opinion, but don't come with that hate because me and him ain't the ones. Honey, like I'm trying to work on my peace, y'all, but please don't come with that negativity. Please don't. Keep it over
Exactly.
there.
Exactly. So, earlier you mentioned something, and it's very important that we just don't pass over it without giving you your flowers on that one and a round of applause. You said that you kind of like cut back on drinking and stopped drinking, and um, you've been holding that down, and that's really good. We're really proud of you here. Um,
Thank you.
are you noticeably
Yeah.
different? Are you feeling like more refreshed? Are you feeling like less uh, of a prisoner to alcohol? Because alcohol is like, it be calling you. It like ring, 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 ring. Come on now, you want me. And it's like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be honest. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I can't say that it's a great struggle for me. Um, I just realize how detrimental it has been in my life at times and in my relationship dynamics. And I had to make a conscious choice recently. It was either I lose my man or I stop drinking. And I'm gonna be honest, I think that I'd be doing myself a great disservice and I'd be a damn fool to put that over my partner right now, right? Because I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy with him. He is a phenomenal man so far to me, and very supportive. He's never come from a place of judgment or putting me down. He simply is like, look, he had grace and understanding, and he doesn't drink or anything like that. So he doesn't really understand, or understand what alcoholism is or, how to navigate through it. But I do love the fact that he's supportive, but he made it very clear that um, he does not like my behavior when I drink. And it hasn't been a lot of times where I've gotten drunk around him or acted crazy, but it's been a couple times, right? Enough a couple times too many. And he was seeing a pattern. He's like, okay, pays attention. He's very intentional. So I'm like, oh, I can't get nothing past this man because he be on my ass. But like, I remember like going back a couple, maybe about a month, because I've just kind of stopped drinking. It's not like it's been 6 months, a year, nothing like that. But I have been working on it, and he had mentioned like, hey, you got drunk twice this week. And I'm like, damn, like he's like counting and he's paying attention. I'm like, damn. And so, yeah, I had that ultimatum where he's like, look, you have to figure out a plan, and I'll support you through it. And, but if you don't work on it, then you're going to lose me. Right. And so I just feel like, hey, the relationship may not last forever. Right. We don't know. We never know how that's going to go. But I just feel like if I can prevent, if I don't want to be the detriment of that, right? I don't want to be the reason why, okay, because Nicole, you couldn't work on this thing, you lost this man. And this is a man that, you just don't get that kind of man every day. And so I feel like it's more important for me to work on that. Plus, it's not just him, like, oh, he's the only reason why. I know that it has been a downfall to me. A lot of bad things have taken place. Not always. I've had a lot of fun too. Let's not get that twisted, y'all. Like, oh, every time I drink has been a problem. But I've had a lot of problems, you know. And it stems from my childhood. My mom was an alcoholic, and I came up very dysfunctional. I came up in a very toxic environment at times. I love my mom. Don't get twisted. Rest in peace to her. But when she would drink, sometimes it was it wasn't good. And I went through a very traumatic childhood due to her alcoholism. And even though I vowed and I told myself I would never do that to my child, which I don't, I wouldn't even drink around her. You know what I'm saying? It was times where I worked on that, like I'm not going to drink around her or none of that. I would wait until I was away from my child to engage in those type of activities. I'm not saying I never did that, or before, but I learned quick that no, this is not good. And but yeah, so I feel good. I feel really good, but I feel great.
Excellent,
And
excellent.
it's mind over matter, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. When they say, "Oh, you can't quit something cold turkey," yes, you can. It's your mind. You just have to want to do it. And the thing is, I stopped drinking a couple times in the past, right, for like a year at a time. And of course, when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was 24. I stopped drinking because like I don't want to be drinking my daughter. Like that's not well at the time I know what I was having, but I was obviously pregnant. So I'm like, once I found I was pregnant, I didn't drink anymore. Now after I had my baby, I started drinking again, right? But I knew that that can be such a major problem when you're pregnant to do any types of substances because that's detrimental to your child's development and their health. And so I'm like, no, I want to have a healthy baby. And I did. I had a perfect, healthy baby. But it was just the decisions that I had to make, right, in order because sometimes we can do everything right and the baby can still have complications. The mom can have complications, right? So all we can do is give it to God and hope for the best. But if you can prevent things on your own, like I knew, okay, let me not drink because I know that that is not healthy for my baby, my unborn child. So I stopped in, and there was a couple times over the years where I would stop, but I would always backslide, Maurice, and I would drink. And it's like I can drink and stop, know my limit. But then there's times where I don't do that. Well, I'll just drink because I want to get drunk, right? And I always say this because I'm not in denial about my shit. The thing about me, I'm very aware. I take accountability for myself, good or bad. Like I know myself enough to say, hey, I messed up, or I need to work on this, right? And I feel like for me, drinking is like it numbs you out, right? We anything that we do as humans, right? We do it for pleasure. We do it to make us feel good, right? Whatever that is, okay? For me, drinking it gives me a different feeling. It like if you're partying, you just it's funner when you're partying, right? You with your friends, y'all drinking, it's funner, right? Because everybody's kind of on the same page, y'all drinking and having a good time, right? And whether that's right or wrong, we do things socially. We do things to numb out. We do things to make us feel good. We do things to drown our problems at the time, right? Drinking it drowns your problems. But I had to realize that the best way to get through anything that you're going through, you just go through it. Go through the emotions sober minded and get to the other side. Because once you come down from that drink, now you're depressed. Your problem is still going to be there. If anything, it's going to make it worse because alcohol is a depressant. It's a downer. So I've learned all these things, and so yeah, I'm not gonna say yeah, I wouldn't say it's like, oh my God, I need a drink. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's ever been that bad. I just would drink. I actually went out this past weekend, me and my boyfriend, and it was so crazy because for the first time, y'all, we were at a little bar or whatnot. There's a little bar spot, and I had a ginger beer, which my boyfriend got me, introduced it to me. Ginger beer is good. It's not beer, but it's a ginger like drink, but it's delicious. It's called ginger beer, which is not alcoholic. And I was like, oh my God, I'm sober. I'm drinking a ginger beer. Like, what? Like, it's no time that I went to a bar or club, but I don't have a drink. Never, y'all. I've never been to a bar, club, or any type of party without having a drink or two or three or drunk. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm
Right.
drunk. And so that right there was just like, oh my God. And I was fine. It didn't change nothing. I was still myself. I had a great time. I feel good because I'm more aware of my surroundings, and it was just a different feeling, and it feels really good. And then I love the fact too that he doesn't drink because it's almost like he's so healthy. And so in a way, it's like the fact that he doesn't drink, it also helps me. Do that make sense? So yeah, I feel great. I feel good. Like you just feel better. Your body feels good, and I have more clarity, and I realize I've been able to get through a lot of things without drinking. Like just get through it and give it to the Most High or whatever you believe in. But I've been just working on drinking more tea. I actually love tea, so I'm a coffee fiend too, y'all. I drink coffee because I do work graveyard shift. But tea, I love tea, so I just been kind of drinking more tea. Like instead of me worried about alcohol, I just compensated with tea. I'll drink a detox tea or a ginger tea or I just been drinking tea and water, and I love Coca-Cola soda. So sometimes that's my guilty pleasure. And coffee, I actually stopped drinking coffee for a couple of weeks too, but I kind of picked that back up because like I gotta stay up at night at work. So, but yeah, y'all, it's really mind over matter. And I think when you have someone, it's a sacrifice, right? So I think that I don't want to lose my man over because it's like, okay, if I lose my man, I'm gonna really be depressed. I'm gonna drink more, like because it's like, dang, I messed up and lost a great man because I want to I want to
Exactly.
drink. Like I just feel like it's stupid. To me, that's stupid. It's not worth that to me because I have so many great things going on right now, y'all, and I'm so blessed. And I have a really supportive and phenomenal partner, and so I just feel like the alcohol is it's just stupid. It would be dumb for me to risk that for my boyfriend right now. It's not worth it to me.
Well, that was an hour of Nicole straight. Hey, Nicole, that was pretty interesting, and I liked it. You want to tell the people anything special?
So you guys just understand we're human and it's okay to be not okay. It's okay to admit that we have things we struggle with, and you have a safe place here. And I'm sharing some of my vulnerabilities and my life with you guys because that's what's real. Okay, I'm not gonna hide behind false narratives or try to put up this perfect image when in reality nothing's perfect, and it's okay. It's okay to say, hey, you know what, I got some issues. It's okay to understand that we're only human, we're flawed, and it's okay to admit that and not to feel ashamed about it or feel bad about it, and just grow from it and learn from it and try to do better tomorrow, right? And to understand that you have a safe place here. So if you don't have anybody else you feel like you can talk to or share how you feel, you can always come on the show and just be unprohibited. You can be yourself, okay? You can talk about whatever you want, and we come from a place of no judgment, and we understand. And it could be a form of therapy. I feel like podcasting for me has been phenomenal, just to get my voice out and help people, and also it's good for me. It's been a form of therapy for me. So it's just great all across the board, you guys. So yeah, if you anything you want to talk about anything, or you might have a product or business you want to promote, you can do it on the show. So yeah, reach out to me anytime, anyone across the world. We will dial in. NikkiDoll524@gmail.com. That's NIKKIDOLL524@gmail.com. And until next time, take care and God bless.
Peace.
Peace.